Hi everyone, my name is Cameron, and today we're back at another book review. And so, as you noticed, of course, it's the 4-hour work week once again. So, this time I'm going to be skipping a little bit ahead because I'm not sure if I did a video yesterday or the day before that, I don't know. But I haven't done a book review in a while ever since that point. And I've been reading faster than I've been doing the videos. So today, I'm going to be going over all that I read just today. So, I'm going to, first step is for, it has something to do with, it's kind of, we're already at A in the deal, in the deal, acronym. Last time we went on D, we skipped E because that's just the gap that we have in between what I read in our videos. And today we're going on A, which is for automation. And so, just to keep you guys a little catch up on what's going on, otherwise it's going to be jumping into a bunch of random stuff. So, this one is pretty much, ever since the first, this chapter, or this part, it was just talking about customers and income and these sales. So it's pretty much a lot about selling and automation. So, our first step into to begin your first business or to start selling something is to pick an affordably reachable niche. So a niche is kind of like it's kind of hard to explain. It's like a funnel, but it's just one group of things you want to sell, like a target base in a way. Like REI is a camping niche or outdoors niche, and a sports niche, cleaning niche, all sorts of stuff. I kind of forgot about it, but I do know what it still means though. And step one is to pick an affordably reachable one. Not one that's too expensive because you will end up making less money than you actually paid. And one that's just reachable, simple, not something crazy like designing a new extreme airplane that costs $1 billion to manufacture. So, I think it's a skateboarder or something. So, alright. Right here, it says, start small and think big. So, it's kind of about, you have to start dreaming about where you think your business is going to be. And just so you know, in the past, we haven't gone through it yet, but maybe in the next video, it's going to be about creating your dream board and your dream plan. That was way far ago. It gives some examples of dream plans, but it just relates to this because you have to dream big even though you're small. And so, just do that. And next is you have to ask yourself these questions. There's 2 questions. And you need to ask yourself these questions to find out your niche or profitable niche. So, the first thing you need to ask, I'm just going to say the whole question. Which social, industry, and professional groups do you belong to, have you belonged to, or do you understand? Whether dentists, engineers, rock climbers, recreational, cyclists, car restoration, dancers, and others. So, you have to ask yourself, what do you have experience in, or what have you done before, which is what are you familiar with? You can't just start a totally another thing you've never done before. I'm not sure what Steve Jobs went through in school. I think he did IT, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he already had some background knowledge about, technology and stuff. He just doesn't just create an iPhone and never knew a single thing about it. So, ask yourself, what do you belong to? And just look at your resume, look at whatever you're doing, and just find something related to it. So that you just want to do something that you are related to. So, alright, so you can understand your customers a lot better, pretty much. Next question is to, which of the groups you have identified have their own magazines? You have to ask, it kind of has something to do with advertisement stuff. So you have to notice these magazines. And the example they gave was Barnes and Nobles. And you just have to scroll through them and look for just random magazines and see if you find one of the niches in a magazine and just read up on it and just find out how they did and what they did it, and just try to make it different. I actually just did a class that had something to do with business and entrepreneurship. It was just a merit badge class, and I learned that it's okay to copy others as long as you're making it different or better. Nothing's wrong with copying another person exactly. It's just that you'll do worse. If you copy someone exactly, you'll do worse because all the person was there first, and if you're equal and they have more experience, you're not going to get anything and they're going to get something. If you want to copy something, at least make it better. At least change it and at least give the customers a better deal, because either they're screwing up or just fix the market. And next step is step 2, but it's not part of the questions. Step 1 was to pick an affordably reachable niche, and then the questions to choose your niche. And step 2 is to brainstorm but not invest in the product you thought of. So, it says do not invest in it yet. So don't jump in and put your money in things you have no clue what's going on with. At least do your research or something. Yes, take a lot of action, but don't take dumb action. Don't drop all your savings into a random product or business that you have not even thought about yet. Just brainstorm what could be good. And a way to brainstorm is by asking some more questions and these guidelines. These aren't rules, you don't need to follow them, it's just suggested. And of course, it's not always the same for a lot of companies. A lot of successful companies have reached outside the guidelines, but this is just for beginners if you want to get yourself started somewhere. Alright, so this one is the main benefit should be encapsulated in one sentence, meaning you should pretty much be able to explain your product in one sentence. Because if you can't, it's like trying to describe something that's really crazy. If you keep on trying to describe because it's really hard to describe, it's probably because it's not good. And it should be explainable. It should be easy to explain, because that way you could have one sentence slogan and it's easier just to listen. If you say, this is this, and they get it. Like, this is this, but technically, and then you keep on going on for a long time. Which means is just don't confuse people. Just have it nice and simple, and just have it, just simple. So, the next is, it's highly, people break it a lot. It's called, it should cost the customer $50 to $200. This is, a lot of customers follow it, but a lot of companies, don't follow it. I'm pretty sure Apple, I don't think it follows the guidelines. Maybe, I don't know a single Apple product except for the iPod that would be less than $200. Because everything's pretty much like $1,000, maybe $500, $800, around the area. And I think Nike is around $50, but what this means that most of the, a lot of the companies, or most of the bulk companies, are put in the mid-range. And the mid-range is $50 to $200, and that's where most of the competition is. The competition is great. Competition is not a bad thing. I mean, if you don't have any competition, that's even better, but don't complain when there's competition, because it's still fine. It's hard to find no competition, but if you can, then you can do whatever you want. It's kind of like a sandbox at the point. And so, wait, what is competition? Yes. So, I heard from our class that I attended, a class I attended, that competition is great because prices go down and the product quality gets even better. Because if there was only one brand of phone, it would be horrible. Because it would be overpriced because it has no competition. It would be very bad because they feel like they have no need to improve it. But if you have competitors like Samsung and Apple, then they'll start to think like, man, I have to be better. So it's kind of like a race to see who can make the better product and the lower prices. And that kind of helps us, the customers and you, because it also kind of trains you. So, what it says, so there's 3 things just to, sub-points under the, it should cost in the mid-range. It says higher pricing means we could sell fewer units, which means manage fewer customers and fill our green line is faster. The reason for better, not better, I mean more expensive, there's a huge difference between better and more expensive. or just higher priced items. The difference is that it's easier to manage because there's less customers. If you're selling a product that's like 90 cents, 99 cent store or something, selling that's in the cents, then it'd be hard to make like $1. Because you have to sell like what? If you made like 5-cent profit, you have to sell like 20 products. Or if you made $1 profit, which is pretty much impossible because your product is a few cents, then I don't know. So if you higher prices there, it's easier to manage. Yes, you get less customers, but that's better because if you have too much customers, you lose a lot of customers because you can't treat them all the same. But if you have 5 customers, it's kind of like a house. Would rather sell a ton of water bottles. I don't know what's up with water bottles. I just keep using them as an example because they're just so popular. Now, would you rather sell 1 million water bottles or a house? If you think about it, it's going to be easier to sell the house than the 1 million water bottles because you can't manage all the water bottles. Too many. Plus, I'm pretty sure you didn't get 100% profit in all of them, so you're going to sell way more than 1 million water bottles to get $1 million. So, and it's just easier to manage the $1 million. I'm going to keep going until I finish what I talked about today. So, I think you already get it. I was going a little too much into why higher pricing is better. Not always better, though. Next is, higher pricing attracts lower maintenance customers, which means the higher end customers, there's nothing wrong with low end customers, but it's highly likely you're not going to get your payment because if you could afford a $1 million house, the chances are you're probably going to have a pretty good credit score and you could definitely get your money off the sale and not having to wait a couple years or something. So, it's just less headache. It's something to keep in the back of your head. The third thing, I'm pretty sure it's the last thing. I'm not sure. We still have. I went from 157. I won't have to talk away into 167, and I'm on 161 right now. So I'm gonna keep on talking to you. Okay. Number 3 is that higher pricing also creates higher profit margins and safer. It's pretty much you just make more profit and safer. So, next thing is it didn't take no more than 3 to 4 weeks to manufacture. So, now, why it's important is because it keeps costs low. If it takes like a few months to create, then it's just a waste of time and a waste of money. It's probably going to be really expensive too. And so like you don't stockpile all of your stuff. It's just, if you get it, the sooner you get the product, the sooner you get the sale pretty much. So it shouldn't take any more than 3 to 4 weeks. And I'm pretty sure a lot of places say otherwise because I have not seen my flower seeds in like 4 months. But that's why they're losing sales. That's a thing. So I just ordered a bunch of stuff. It hasn't come in a while. They're probably going to lose a customer soon. So, let's see. The first option is to resell a product. I'm pretty sure it's very common. You don't bother to change anything about it except for the name. Think about the water bottle brands like Aquafina, and that's the only one I have in my head. Red Arrow. I'm pretty sure it's the one with a P, like Pure. I'm not sure. Then you have First Street and all these other water bottles. Mm-hmm. They're just for selling it, and they still make a lot of money. They didn't change a thing except for the name and maybe the shape of the water bottle. So it's okay if you don't have any better ideas. It's not like the water bottle was an invention or anything. I mean, it is an invention. But
you just buy low and sell high, that's it.
Yeah, just buy low and sell high. And selling high isn't always the best thing if you have a lot of competition. If you're equivalent to your competition and you're more expensive, then just be careful because you're probably going to get less sales. Okay, that was just for sell a product. That was option 1. Purchasing an existing product at wholesale and reselling it is the easiest route. but it's also least profitable too. And to purchase at wholesale, we have to use these steps. Contact the manufacturer and request a wholesale price list or 40% off retail, and you just request it. And just by the way, what Sam Walton did, it's related. It's from another book. Yes, we haven't completed it yet, but it is what he did to get a nice, good deal from the wholesalers. So he was like, can you give an example from moon pies? You know, Sam Walton, he sold $100 something thousand off of moon pies in 1 week. So that's in my head right now. He went to the manufacturer and he was like, I would like this moon pie at 26 cents per pie. And they would be like, no, that's way too expensive. I could only do 37 cents. And someone was like, no, how about 26? And if they keep on saying no, the nagging thing doesn't work. My mom taught me that you keep on bothering them, but if it's another person, they could just block you. So, in this case, you could say, fine, I'll just go to your competitor because I know I'll get a better deal. And don't say a thing after that. Go to the competitor, and they're probably going to be like, no, have this. Fine, I'll give you 28 cents. You're like, okay, fine. It's better than I would have gotten anyways. So just don't be rude about it. Otherwise, you're probably not going to get anything. And just it's kind of negotiation. Try to get the best price. And his motto, not really a motto, but what he said while trying to get a bunch of money out of the manufacturers was thinking a good deal from the manufacturer means another good deal for our customers. So the next thing is, okay. Alright, option 2, license a product. So this means you have to borrow a product from another person. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you bought an idea because you couldn't think of one yourself, and maybe you bought a patent or something, but it's just an idea. It's an invention that another person created, and they're letting you use it, or you're probably just renting the idea out. And it's not popular yet because it's brand new. So it's kind of an invention for people who are not creative. They just buy their own inventions themselves. And okay, option 3, you create a product. This is one of the hardest, but it's the one of the most common ones. The first thing you think about when selling is inventing something, but it's probably a lot harder than you think. That's what I thought when I was trying to invent a lot of stuff. Now I was like, what do I do now? I know what I want, but how am I supposed to make it? That's the thing. That's kind of like the atomic bomb when people thought of it. Oh, what if we made a bomb that could blow up like a whole city? And we're like, oh, great idea. But how do you make it? That's the thing. So that's the tough part. And the worst thing is when someone steals your idea because you forgot to patent it. And I googled up patents. I didn't think it was going to be that expensive. I mean, it's going to be pretty cheap if you are already doing well. But if you're starting out a business, it's like $3,500. That's like the lowest one. It could be like up to 20-something K. So I was like, so much for a small business idea. It's going to be too expensive. So whatever it is, just create a product. It's not that complicated if you're a very creative person. It's only just a little bit tough when you're trying to put it to action. It's easier said than done. So, okay, so the last thing is, but I'm not an expert. You don't need to be an expert to be an expert salesman. But you don't need to go to school. You don't need a lot of, what's it called again?
Education?
No, not education.
Knowledge?
Experience. You don't need a ton of experience to start selling. Yes, it's better, but you're not going to die. You don't have any experience. The experienced people got their experience when they were beginners. So you could always become better in the future. So, which means is that just because you're not exactly the smartest person, doesn't mean you can't be a great seller or someone that can make a lot of money or just work 4 hours. So, before I finish it, actually, Yeah, I'm gonna save what I'm gonna save for next time. It's gonna be really good. But I'm gonna review what we said. We were talking about the step to sales, not kind of, but choosing your niche. Start small, think big. The questions to ask yourself when you're thinking of a niche. Okay. Brainstorming, step 2. The guidelines under it. Option 1, we sell a product. Option 2, license a product. Option 3, create a product. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please stay tuned for tomorrow or maybe the day after that. I'm not sure when the next video will be. Maybe tomorrow, hopefully. So if you guys enjoyed this video, see you next time. Bye for now.